intro us up.
What, you want an intro?
Fuck
After
no.
after all this time and not wanting intros,
No,
now
no.
you want an intro?
Yeah, I'm getting like a little. TD's looking good, man.
Yeah.
He got the short haircut. I got my hair not looking done in
We
like
out here.
months. I got the beard going. It's looking rough, man.
Yeah, I don't look homeless anymore. I probably look a bit
I wouldn't say you looked homeless
probably
before. You
probably
just
look a bit different
the clean
to
cut looks good. I
most
mean,
most of you people who've been watching the podcast, but yeah, got a haircut. Got a
yeah, it's
haircut.
warm out. TD's you know, he had to switch it up a little bit.
It was time. It was time.
God,
It
yeah.
was time. I don't know if I can go much shorter than this though.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
our next pod, well, probably not. Our, well, maybe, because I'm trying to wait till my friend's wedding, the week before to get my hair done, and then I'm gonna get like, so I just been just thugging it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
just.
letting it go, letting it chill.
I mean, most times I've been wearing beanies. I fucking forgot my beanie today, so yeah,
That's why you let it down.
yeah.
You
I
don't
was like,
want to tie it up.
well, I had it up, and I was like, fuck, no, I got too much new growth. This is not happening. But the beanie makes things look so much better. But it is what it is. Completely forgot. It's been one of those days, one of those weeks. Feels like it's been a freaking blur.
You know, I guess we'll address the elephant in the room first and foremost. We haven't been abiding by the schedule of every other week, every other Wednesday. Like have tried to. Um, Life be lifing.
Yeah,
That's kind of been our saying lately. I think we're gonna roll with it. So,
yeah,
um, yeah. We're still obviously interested in doing it. It's not that we're not interested in doing a podcast or anything like that. It's not. There's no issues there. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on this year. You know
yeah.
that
Weddings.
weddings of friends. I was in one recently.
Yeah,
I got we both actually have a wedding coming up this
couple
month.
weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, and
trying to buy a house.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
A
So
lot.
yeah, so I guess kind of what we're trying to say is we'll just cut to the chase instead of just railing on bullshit. Um, we're gonna what we'll leave you with in terms of our podcasting schedule is just expect from us 2 podcasts a month.
Yep.
That's that is our goal, because I mean that's pretty much what we've been doing anyway
Yeah.
already. So instead of like trying to tell you guys like, hey, it's gonna come out this day, Wednesday, every other week, we're still gonna like try to keep it somewhat close to that. Like, don't get me wrong, we're not gonna like, I was telling him, we were talking about it before the podcast. I was like, dude, yeah, I was like, it's not like we're gonna release a podcast like the first and second day of the month and then not touch the rest of the month.
Yeah.
Like
I
that
was
would
like,
be
that's so
that would be
dumb.
stupid. Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
that's not what we're saying. We're already on the every other week schedule anyway, so
Yeah.
just expect it to be still every other week ish, but expect some flexibility. So.
Yeah.
That what that also could mean is that you might even get an extra episode sometimes on a month if there's more stuff for us to talk about. I also think that's kind of the problem too.
Hmm.
It's not even really that life really be life, and I was
What?
honestly,
It is.
well, no,
What?
no, no,
What are you
not
talking?
not just. I'm saying
Oh.
not just like
Yeah.
it's I was trying to think about other stuff to talk about on the podcast today, and I was like, I mean, I know that we could probably make a whole episode if we really wanted to about X-Men or whatever, but like in terms of just like the scope of things, like there's just not a lot going on. Like there's in terms of like, movies and stuff, like we're obviously waiting for Deadpool and Wolverine, so like
Yeah.
I don't know, like obviously yeah, we've had a lot going on, but at the same time, I feel like there's also not been a lot going on in terms of just the space in general, like for us to like actual like current content for us to like talk about.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we went with this episode instead today is we're just going to talk about a bunch of rumors.
Yeah.
So basically we could just lie and then we don't have to worry about what comes back on us. That was the whole goal.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Dreamerverse rumors.
We'll talk about, I mean, we'll still talk about X-Men.
Yeah.
I'm not. Are you caught up all the way? I'm not.
Not the latest episode. But
See, I'm not even that far.
yeah,
I don't even remember where I'm at. I gotta check. It's been a minute since I looked at my Disney
What do you
Plus.
remember?
I think it was like it was like either the first or the second episode of like that. It was like another part that there was another part thing that they had. Like I know that the first two episodes weren't they parts, and then I think that they had another set of parts like shortly after that.
Nah. Wait, are you did you see, I know there was the
I think I've seen
Jubilee,
like 3 episodes.
the Jubilee episode.
I don't think I've seen that, or
Okay,
I've seen part of that or
did
something.
you see the Genosha episode after that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we don't even have to discuss
No,
too much.
I really no, but like
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where I'm at. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to look because
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly which
Yeah,
episode.
I think you're like episode 5, which was the Jubilee.
I'm like 4 or 5. Yeah,
4 or 5.
That's where I think
yeah.
I'm at.
Yeah, because the 8th episode just came out, and I haven't really seen that yet.
What episode just came out?
Episode 8.
That sounds right. That sounds right. It sounds like I would be 3, 4 episodes behind.
Yeah.
So
which is cool.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah. So I'm not that caught up on X-Men, but
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll obviously talk about X-Men, but yeah, we got some. I mean, I don't know what you've been hearing in terms of the Marvel universe or superhero universe in general.
I got one, but I'll let you.
You got one? No, I want to hear it.
Oh, you want to hear
Let's
it?
go.
Wesley Snipes' Blade, which has been
an
absolute
I got one on Blade.
shit show.
I got one on Blade, so let's see if mine's the same.
Absolute shit show. Let me just.
It's been terrible.
It's like they just.
It's been awful.
I think they just literally fired or brought in a new writer, and now the Blade movie is gonna take place in like the 1800s.
Okay.
At least that's what I heard. It's just like, yo, shout out to Marshall like for staying on this project, because I would have left. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this has been in the works since like 2020, maybe before that. Because when did the Internals came out 2020. And
that's when the Eternals came out?
No, well, it was like 2021 or 2020.
I don't remember when Eternals came out.
Yeah, I have to double check that. And he's been signed on, I think, since 2018. It's 2024. We're halfway through the year. Like, what are we doing here?
So Blade undergoing another rewrite was on your list as well?
Yeah.
I had that.
Yeah, but the highlight of all that, I don't know if this has to do. I mean, he's probably gonna make a cameo in that one somehow. But Wesley Snipes, they're bringing him into the multiverse. That was the rumor that's been going on.
Oh yeah, we have. Okay, that's the same. It's the same thing. I said, yeah, Blade's undergoing another rewrite, but I did say it says he will appear in upcoming multiverse movies. So
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that is the one plus. So like, even though I could see, here's the thing, dude. I mean, if it continues to just go down this, like,
he's gonna walk away.
Well, not even that. If they still can't get it right, I just don't think they do a movie.
Nah, I agree. I think they should just let it go.
Just don't do a movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think they should just let it go, or he makes like a cameo?
Well, I mean, realistically, like, how much money have they wasted on this movie already? Do you think?
I have no idea.
Like, realistically, like, I don't know how much it costs to, like, pay writers or whatever, but, like...
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like, how much money have they already wasted? So, like, if you think about that, which, whatever that number is, and I guess it really just comes down to is whoever's in charge of, like, financially backing this project is, do you want to continue to get it right, or...
Well, I mean, Disney, so they're...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm sure, there's, like, whatever. Yeah. But, like, it's like, I don't know. Obviously, they want to make it, I think, because they wouldn't have brought in
so many writers,
so many fucking people to continue to try.
But it's just giving me like Flash, like fear of how many rewrites that went through like multiple directors left. It's giving me that fear.
Well, dude, I think
that movie.
I think any new movie. I'm not even saying that Blade's a noob. That'd be like unfair to say. He's not like a new character or whatever. But like any a movie like that's like a reintroducing or like even is a new, I guess, hero. Dude, I mean, I would almost be nervous for any of them because they're just under such a large microscope now. Because
can't fuck up.
Well, yeah, largely because of that. But here's the thing. I mean, I think it kind of goes back to just with like, kind of what we talked about before with like the whole superhero fatigue thing.
Yep.
I don't even think it's what I've noticed in terms of like movie culture and just like comment sections on, social media under posts and teasers about movies and stuff. Like, obviously they're like people are excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, but like when it comes down to other projects, like I'll go read to see what people are saying about these other projects, and like, dude, people just don't give a fuck right now.
Yeah.
Like that's like the I guess
Which I
God's
think it's
honest
the
truth.
fatigue, bro. To
It's
be honest,
dude.
bro.
Well, it's also just like a shift in like hate. Like it's almost also like Gunn leaves Marvel. He's now head of DC. So I think now there's
Yeah.
like there's now developing some sort of like
Yeah.
kind of nah, you don't have. I don't even want to call it a fanboyish war because it's not. It's just like now
No,
there's
no.
people that are like preying on the downfall of Marvel. Like they're
Yeah.
actually excited and they're happy to see that Marvel's failing.
Well, I
So
think
then
if they're
it's like you introduce all these other projects and it's
right.
like everyone's just gonna admit it, they just instantly get hate. It's instantly
Well,
hate,
I
instantly hate.
also think that's just the nature. Like, and we can think of like when you're on top for so long,
True.
people are
Yeah.
going to. That's just unfortunately how
Sports. Yeah.
sports. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
humans operate. Like when
People
you're on.
already hate the Chiefs. So
Yeah, when you're on top
yeah.
for so long, people just naturally just start hating it. And
Yep.
Marvel is just honestly they've freaking
That's a
ran.
good. That's a great analogy, bro.
Yeah, I mean they've run.
You should clip this and put this. Yeah.
Yeah, they've ran everything when it comes to just the industry, bro. Like there's even been jokes about comedians have made about like most actors like they you know like they know they made it when they get signed onto a Marvel film because that pays so well and
Mm-hmm.
they know that it's a guaranteed blockbuster type of movie. Um so yeah, I mean it was bound to happen. I mean, from 2000, think about it, 2010, 10 years, maybe 12 years, really, like a long run of just successful block office movies, like bam, bam, bam. It changed the trajectory of film in general as far as what they were putting their attention to. They're like, we're going to focus some more on superheroes. So now,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think, and we've mentioned it before, the problem that they ran into was they put out too much content and the quality wasn't there.
Yeah.
So, that has caused a
Yeah.
little of the fatigue of people are like, yo, I'm not gonna go watch 6 shows to understand what this if they decide to do another Avengers film. And I think
Well, I
Marvel's
mean, that's what they're kind of. I think they're
yeah.
trying to step away from that, though.
I think they're trying to go back to their roots, right?
They're just more solo projects,
Yeah.
more projects where it's like, okay, even if you do have to watch 6 episodes, you're gonna understand it all by the end, kind of thing.
Right.
Like it's not gonna be a bunch of which is like kind of what I was saying. I can't remember when we were talking about it, but I remember I was talking about just like I was having like multiverse fatigue. Like I personally like am kind of tired of that myself. Like
It's just confusing.
I'm like I'm tired of that. I don't have superhero fatigue. I'm tired of also kind of having to like you said watch 3 4 different shows to kind of understand what's going on because
Yeah.
I mean to be honest with you some of these shows just aren't that good and I don't really want to watch them but I
Yeah.
do because I'm like fuck I need to know what's going on in
I
this
need to know what's
shit
going on.
because
Yeah.
if I'm gonna want to know what's gonna be going on in Avengers 5 and Secret Wars and
Yeah.
Dynasty and all that like I need to watch these shows. So it's like, fuck. But like I don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
it's like if we can get back to just more solo projects, that's why like I'm kind of pumped about that Spider-Man project that's coming out. That like friendly neighborhood, whatever. It's supposed
That's
to be
the animated one?
yeah, I think it's an animated one. It's a new animated one that's supposed to be coming out at the
Okay.
end of the year, I think. That one I'm looking forward to that because one animated projects are hitting like no other right now. Like
This is true.
they're
This
all
is
pretty much anything that comes out that's animated is pretty much going. I mean,
I
you
mean
look
the
at
writing's been
I was on my phone today. I was looking at I forget I saw another video for that. I know it came out a while ago, but
mhm.
remember when the NBA announced their NBA AI and then they were showing that game in Spider-Verse mode. Have you seen that?
I've seen bits and pieces of
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
I've never
So
actually watched it fully.
it doesn't look that great, but
Yeah.
there's like a mode where you can like switch it to like show the game and like if we were watching it in like the Spider Verse and then like they switched it to like that and all the players in like that animation and stuff that it like reminded me of that like because I like saw I saw that video of that today so
Yeah.
but yeah I don't know man I think I'm pumped for that because it's one it's animated but two it's gonna be its own story I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure it's not
Yeah.
interconnected I think with
Well, it wouldn't really make sense for
it
it to
would
be connected.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, unless it
Unless it's
was
connected to Spider-Verse. Yeah.
yeah, unless it was Spider Verse
But then that
connected.
would be
But
even more confusing. Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
like, can you
Let's
please don't do that? Just
yeah,
make a
make a show. Yeah.
make a new one. I'm
Yeah.
cool with
Yeah.
that. Like,
I agree.
please, just like that. Like, I like that idea. So like,
Yeah.
I'm happy with like if they do want to go that route, but like I don't know. I just think like any new project that comes out right now, other than Daredevil coming back, like
Ooh.
like the projects that already have come out and have already kind of been a hit for people. If
Yeah.
those are going to be revived and come back, like those have way more of a warm welcome than some of these other projects. Like,
Yeah.
because I mean, I'm pretty sure wasn't there? I guess this could be one of the rumor talks. I don't even know if I wrote this down, but is Ironheart canceled?
Bro.
Is Ironheart?
I think it may be canceled.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think like the dude, like,
And then I
oh,
think Don Cheadle's getting his own movie now.
really
Yeah. No, well,
interesting.
it's not gonna be well, is it a movie or is it the show? Because last thing I heard it was like they were gonna just make it a movie. But
Like
let me
about his
check.
character.
Yeah, like because it was called like Iron Wars or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember hearing about that?
Yeah. No,
But
I
there
do.
hasn't
I
been
do.
much talk about it. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thing. Like I think after I think Iron Wars. I think after the whole Jonathan Major situation, they just had to like pivot with how they're gonna go about things, and they've just been seeing, I guess, the reaction of a lot of things that they've been releasing. So they're like, we gotta Armor
Yeah.
Wars, yeah,
Armor Wars. Yeah.
Marvel Iron Wars to be a movie as Don Cheadle series changes. Yeah, so it's gonna be a movie. But that was like the last update was like 2022.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of kind of the Kang situation, one of the other things that I have written down here in terms of rumors is that it might not even be a rumor, it might actually be like true,
yeah,
but uh a lot like the F forecast, like Fantastic Four,
yeah.
and a lot of like newer Marvel characters who have been introduced recently will not appear in Avengers 5. They won't be in that one, which is interesting because now
That is interesting.
I'm trying to think of now who's gonna fight the motherfucker then.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
but when
have
is Avengers 5 coming? Like
I
2026 or
don't well
something?
it's I mean that's supposed to be the Kang Dynasty one, right? So it's like
Right. Is that next year?
I think so.
But it's just like you guys fired Major, so like who's Kang now? If it's still being is it still being called Kang Dynasty?
The last time that I had saw a rumor or just
Someone
anything
replacing
on
him?
that, it's somebody no, it was I saw reports that it's still called King Dynasty, but then I also saw reports now that it's just called Avengers 5.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So who knows? Like who knows what route they're kind of going with that right now? I
DC, this
mean,
is your time. It's
it really is, and that's kind of what I was saying earlier with like that
your
whole
time, James
the
Gunn.
kind of divide and like hate on Marvel.
Yeah.
Like DC's kind of got a big
I
opening
want
to
DC
do
to win.
something.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Which I mean, yeah, I
I
think
mean, I love Marvel, but DC
no,
is
yeah,
just,
obviously.
oh man, DC needs a win,
No,
please.
they do. I mean, they've been struggling. Don't get me wrong,
I mean,
they've been
right,
struggling.
Aquaman, like just the whole. I mean, Gunn rebooting this, like, and the way he went about it, I don't think he went about it the best. Like, he kind of like set those films up to fail, like
Yeah,
Flash, Aquaman.
yeah,
Just like, yeah, I'm not using any of this. So people were just like, so why am I gonna see
yeah,
this movie?
yeah. Right, exactly.
Like,
Um,
could have
ano-
waited on the announcement.
Another rumor is that Chris Evans potentially coming back in Secret Wars as Human Torch,
I can see that.
which would be dope.
I
That'd
can
be
see
cool.
that.
That'd be cool.
Do you,
I'd be down for that.
did you see? Wait, do you have Downey on there?
Downey, I what I have for him is Downey Jr. would come back if he was asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's so does Avengers 5 because it's multiversal end up
God,
being
the return.
Scarlet Downey, Evans is America, Captain America. Well, I mean, here's the other funny thing about speaking of Captain America. It has nothing really to do with Avengers 5 and my theory of what I was just saying there. But Mackie, who plays Captain America now,
Mm,
previously Falcon,
right.
um, which I did see. Did you see the Falcon suit for the new Falcon?
I did see that.
Looked interesting.
It did. That's a good way to put it.
But I'm pretty sure
It's a good way to put
but I'm pretty
it.
sure like from what I would because I don't I've never read any I don't think I read any comics with him in it, but so I don't really know what it looks like in the comics, but I heard it doesn't look much better.
Oh, okay.
So who knows? Maybe they did it. No, maybe they did it justice. Maybe it'll look decent on screen or in person or whatever. But I saw actually a bit from Mackie today.
Was he talking
Um,
about the film?
he was just
I think they
talking.
have a release
Well,
date.
he was just talking about, yeah, he was talking about the film, and he was saying that people are going to be excited for their combat, or he said that the combat in their film is exciting
Yeah,
because his Captain America can be hit and he can bleed. I just thought that was interesting.
that is dope. I mean, that is a good point. He's not like superhuman like how
I just think
Steve Rogers
I think a
was.
lot of Captain America fanboys are gonna be pissed at that like take the like, you know, being invincible basically, like, you know,
Yeah,
seriously, and like are like, you know, you shouldn't be able to bleed, you shouldn't be able to, you shouldn't be able to do that. It's like, dude, who cares? Like, it's a new character. It's time for something new. Obviously, like Evans, I mean, he wanted to do something new anyway too. But
yeah,
this gives Evans now the freedom to come back, like we were just saying, as Torch, and it will still make sense because he already played Human Torch
yeah.
earlier on, and
It's pretty interesting.
and their F4 is not technically a part, is not going to
That
be
is
the
true.
F4 in this
I want.
universe. So
I
his
wonder.
F4 makes sense, you know, for him to
I
look like
wonder
that.
if the F4 is going to be related to the X-Men. Like, if they are they going to be in the same universe? Like the like
I
where
have seen some
where
rumor.
Monica
I
is.
have seen some rumors
I
about
feel like
that.
that would make sense. Like they would be granted in
Well,
the same
that's
universe.
interesting with
I have a,
her.
I have
Well,
a rumor about X-Men too.
but
Or you go ahead.
did you see the rumor about her though?
With Monica?
I think they were talking about there was some project or something that they were working on with her. I don't know if it was like her own movie or her
Yeah.
own show or something or what, but I guess they're like canceling it now and she's just gonna be like a cameo character. So that, like, what you were just saying,
That would have been
no,
dope. Because
but
especially she's stuck in that world. We
well,
could have
but
got
like,
more.
but what you're saying though is it presents the opportunity for that to work. Like
Yeah.
that would then, or not work, but that would just make a lot of sense if like they do end
She's
up
in
being,
that
because
universe.
she's in that universe. Well, and F4 is already coming back, right? Anyway,
Mhm.
so she's gonna come back regardless. So she's gonna be a cameo character in, you know,
And
all the
F4.
movie. Well, all F4,
Well, yeah,
X
X-Men.
Men.
Yeah.
She might even pop up in Deadpool and Wolverine.
That makes
You know what
sense.
I mean? She might even be in this movie coming up.
Yeah.
Uh, she will probably be in and she might even have like a glimpse in Avengers 5. You know, whenever she ends up coming, and she'll probably end up coming back in one of those later movies, like, you know, 5 or um, Secret Wars. Is that the other next big movie that comes out after that? Is that the name?
Yeah. Yeah. It's 5, and then I think the next one's Secret Wars.
Secret
Yeah.
Wars. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I see her coming back either, you know, sometimes at some point in 5 or in Secret Wars at some point. You know what I mean? Or
I
she
agree.
makes cameos and everything. Like she'll pop up and everything. Like that's what
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
like, especially because dude, the crazy thing is like, I mean, I guess I can understand if like, because what the rumor I saw is that the reason that they don't want to continue with like her solo stuff is because of like the hate basically, or the
Yeah.
not backlash, but like just
Nah,
the
it's pretty annoying.
response that they got from the Marvels movie, which
Yeah.
is so, which I
It's
mean
a good movie.
sucks. Well, it sucks because I mean, to each their own. If you thought it was a shit movie, whatever. But like,
I
she's
mean,
a really good character. She's a
yeah.
good. I mean, she fits Marvel. Like I
Yeah.
think she fits Marvel. Like that. That's like the best way I can kind of explain it is
I
like
agree.
how she plays Monica Rambeau, and like, you know, she fits that character, and like I
Yeah.
think fits within the Avengers, and just that attitude of like even how it was during the times of Thanos when it was like actually, you know, considered the better times of Marvel, the good days of Marvel at this
Right.
point. But it's like I think she's a character that you can't really miss out on too much, like, or not
Yeah.
out on having, like, if you're not gonna give her solo stuff, then yeah, you got to make her show up. Like,
I think she's a pivotal part in
yeah,
bringing in those other
yeah,
characters. And but back to the Marvel, like yeah, the Marvels is a fun, good
yeah, dude,
movie.
Marvels was a
Like
good movie, man.
yeah, so
Relax.
relax. People gotta like understand like women. There's this whole thing with like seeing women lead as superheroes that a lot of fans are getting butthurt about. Like so we gotta get past that. Like it's just gonna be different. You're gonna see different things. Like it doesn't mean that Marvel is trash or it's going this way. Just let things play out the way it is. You're gonna get you're gonna get some content where it caters to, um, you know, what you want as well. That's what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
chill out.
Um. Another one, I want to see what you think about this.
Yeah.
I thought this was just interesting. Catherine Newton, who plays Ant Man's daughter, so like the girl in Ant Man
Yeah.
and Ant Man 3, she says it was the easiest job of her life. That's what I saw in a report.
Yeah.
Not much to that one. I just thought it was interesting.
Well, I mean, she was doing like a lot of like for 3, it was like a lot of green screen. It was she and I think maybe it was shot with during the pandemic a lot. So it wasn't I'm sure there probably wasn't that much to do. She was just I mean, yeah. That is interesting though.
Yeah.
Ant-Man 3.
I mean, I guess I could agree with her that it would probably be easy
Yeah.
because, I mean,
I think that I think that film, oh man, like
had potential.
had potential. I think Kang is definitely the strong
You
point
can't.
of that. It's just
Here's the problem.
yeah,
Like,
too much
I don't.
CGI.
Well, I don't. And I don't think like you bring Kang into a solo movie like that and then not have any other cameo characters like that, like big pivotal. I feel like at least that I can remember, like that were like made a big difference of like that whole thing. I feel like it was mainly just the Ant family that was kind of taking care of Kang. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't really like nobody
Well,
called anybody for help really.
well, I mean, I think because of they were in that Quantum
Yeah,
Mania
it's true.
world too, they
They
couldn't really
couldn't.
call
Yeah, that's
anyone.
true. That's
They're
fuck.
the
I forgot.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're the only
you're right.
ones who understand that.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
then the Council of Kings banished them to that portion. They made sure he'd be trapped
Yeah,
there.
you're right.
So
You're right. I forgot they were within that. I
yeah,
forgot. I forgot.
yeah.
Here's another good one. I'm probably fucking his name up, but Dane DeHaan or Dewan would like to come back as Green Goblin. He played Harry in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Absolutely not. He was trash. He was absolutely trash. And I actually like the actor. He was great in Inception, but he was trash. Like he's the reason why that film was not that great. Like I
He's the
think
problem.
I think
You think he
well
was
he
the
was
issue?
one. I
He
think
was
they
the
should have
issue.
just focused on Electro. If you're gonna make the film about Electro, let it be about Electro. Don't have this other sub story about Harry and then him turning to Green Goblin. It was just like, what are we doing? Like
I really was. I was pumped for you. I was pumped for
absolutely
your response on
not.
that one. I couldn't wait.
Fuck no,
I couldn't
bro.
wait to talk to
It
you
was
about
not
that.
believable, bro.
It was weird.
It was weird, and I was just like, the thing is, Garfield is actually people consider him. Toby's always the goat to me, but people consider him the best Spider-Man.
And
I'm not.
just in terms of like pure Spider-Man,
Yeah,
I
he's
see
still.
I
I
see I
see
see
it.
their argument.
I see
Yeah,
it too. The
I
wittiness, he
see
has
their
it down.
argument.
Like he's
He's got like
fucking
the jokingness in terms
jokiness.
of like
Yeah,
fight while
the
fighting.
mannerism. Like yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, Garfield's movies really aren't that bad. Like I like the first one. I think the second one had potential too. It just it too many villains. Like yeah, should have
yeah,
just focused on Electro. I think it'd have been great.
yeah.
But yeah, he no. What do you think about that? You want him to come back?
It's gonna be funny, probably.
It's
That's what
just
I think.
like
I mean,
he's got like a comb over, like, like
realistically, like, what movie would make sense for him to come back in?
it wouldn't like didn't he die at the end or something, or what happened with I can't even remember him. That's how
I don't.
annoying his
I gotta be honest. I'd have to rewatch it because I don't really remember
yeah
exactly what happened to him either. But
yeah
speaking of other Spidey news, rumored that Sam Raimi may get the reins to
I like
direct
that.
Spidey 4.
I saw that. Yeah, I like
But
that.
I've also seen some other names, and I don't have them written down with me right now. But there's been so much like rumors right now about Spidey
Yeah
4, just like going back and forth, just about like what's Tom and how Tom Holland feels about
yeah
kind of whatever. Because I'm pretty sure they just started. Were they starting? Aren't they starting filming it soon? Pretty soon.
yeah. Well, I mean, they gotta find a director though.
Well, yeah, they still gotta find the or
Sam
well,
makes
but
the
dude,
most sense,
but
bro.
dude, they could already have the director, and they could be just gaslighting these headlines out just for
True,
people to
true.
talk about. You know what I
Sam
mean?
makes the most. I think Sam makes the most sense, bro. Like Sam, like if we're talking about, the whole point of like what we saw at the end is we're really stripping Peter back to the Spider-Man that we know as a street level, just New York, doesn't have the Stark suit. No one really knows who he is. Why not Sam? I mean, he's captured that better than anyone
Yeah,
when it comes to Spider-Man. Like, You watch
Yeah, and you
those
are right
films.
in terms of
They're so
street level.
grounded.
Yeah, in terms
They're
of
so
street level.
grounded
Yeah,
just in the culture of New York, and
yeah,
that's Spider-Man. So
yeah. I
Sam,
agree. I
I
would
think
agree with
Sam's the
that.
best one.
I would agree with that. Another rumor is that Tombstone
Yeah, I would love to see him.
supposedly
That'd be
is going
dope.
to be working under Kingpin in the film. The film would also include Black Cat and
Yeah,
heavily rumored to include Daredevil.
Daredevil is a fit. But what do you think about the? Are you gonna with Black Hat and Sydney Sweeney?
Oh yeah. I guess yeah. Along with that, Sydney Sweeney is a potential rumor to
You-
potentially be Black Cat.
and she just
He
play.
hates it. I
Yeah,
don't really care. I think
Madam Web.
here's the
Uh,
problem: is I truthfully think give them better writing, and all three of them would be portrayed way better in that film.
yeah, that's a good
I
point.
don't think any of them are bad actors. Like
No, no, no,
at least they're not terrible. I'm not
no.
gonna say I won't say bad, but I
Yeah,
like they're I know they're not terrible actors. So like I
yeah.
truthfully like I don't know like
It was the script, man. It was just the writing.
if she is rumored to be a potential rumor for Black Cat, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think she
She's,
could potentially she fits the profile.
I mean, yeah.
But also I see that it's Anya. I wouldn't mind the other rumor like Anya Taylor Joy. Is that her name? I think that's her name. I think that's her full name. I'm not really sure, but she's a rumor to play the girl that played or that was in Queen's Gambit. Remember her? She's been in some other.
Yeah, yeah, but
She's been in some. She's been in
other
some other
rumors
shit.
like with like she was uh, weren't oh no, I'm thinking about someone else. I was thinking about the Supergirl one where it was like they were looking at someone else the maybe it was Anya. No, yeah,
Anya Taylor Joy.
I don't
Yeah.
think Anya Taylor Joy. I take Sydney Sweeney over or Anya
Would you?
Taylor.
Would
Yeah,
you?
for Black Cat. I just think
Is there
Sydney
anybody else that you could think of for Black Cat that you would take over either of them?
um no, I mean, I not the one like Sydney. Just she's been blown up because she's actually a good actress, but her looks and all that and her appeal. So, Black Cat is a
I mean
very
I think
sexy
she
looking
could play.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
think she. I mean, shit, if I mean if I guess if they're not gonna give her a chance and they don't have anybody else that they
yeah.
think that
I
could
think
potentially play the
there's definitely
character.
actresses.
I mean, I'm sure there is,
Yeah,
but I mean, my favorite Black Cat was
we had that. I don't think we've ever had Black Cat.
or not. No, I'm thinking of Black. Not what. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the Batman one.
Oh yeah, it's Zoe Kravitz or
No,
Anna Hathaway.
Hathaway, dude. I loved her as Black Cat.
She was great.
Loved her.
Yeah, she was
Uh,
good.
but yeah, but in terms of Black Cat for Spider Man,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think we have.
No, 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 no. I think it should be like maybe a no name actress to be honest.
Toby never had any like anybody that was hinted at to be a
No,
Black Cat in his
nope,
ever.
nah,
Uh,
no,
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
no.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Felicia Hardy was never introduced, so but yeah, I think it should be, to be honest, a no name. I think Sydney Sweeney is too on the nose and too cliche. So I think they should go with someone else.
For Black Cat.
Yeah, I think Black.
There's no one that you can think of right now.
No, not name wise. I would have to probably see some pictures, but like any actress that I think of, like nah. I think it should be, yeah. I think it should be someone different. And I don't think they
Okay.
should recycle like other people that have already been in like superhero movies. Like let's bring someone else
Yeah,
on.
but they've done that already.
I mean, I hear you,
Across the
but
board. No, I trust me.
yeah,
I'm not like making I'm not making like an
yeah,
excuse for him or anything. But like, here's my like I was telling you when I sent you that about her
yeah,
potentially being in it. The reason I wouldn't have a problem with her being Black Cat is because her time as in Madam Web, one technically is not part of the MCU.
right.
So they have that leeway already.
That's true.
And the movie's gonna be forgotten about, and
I almost
if it's
forgot
not
it.
already,
Yeah, I
it's
honestly
gonna be
forgot it came out
it's
this
gonna
year.
be forgotten about by the end of the year anyway. So
But I mean, not that this matters. Like once she's cast, and then it's filmed. The press one's gonna be hilarious. If I was a reporter, I'd be asking her, so how's it feel that you literally just started Madam Web, now you're starring in this, so what do you think?
No, that's a good point. That's a
But I
good
guess that
point.
would matter. I mean, she'll probably be prepped for that and already prepared. Like they're gonna make jokes about that.
Oh,
So
100%. I mean, she's probably ready for it too. She probably knows it's coming. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I just wouldn't care. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't, but I also, like you're saying, I wouldn't mind either if they just went with somebody else and gave somebody else a shot to, play a character or whatever. But,
Mhm.
excuse me, it doesn't matter to me really. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, you got any other rumors or anything else that
Oh
you've seen recently that
yeah, I mean he's been. I fucking love this actor, Johnny Sarlo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Esposito. He was Gus Freeman and
oh, Giancarlo Esposito?
see,
Yeah,
but
Giancarlo.
yeah, like Giancarlo
Giancarlo.
Esposito.
Yeah.
See, you see how I just like butchered his name, like
I
so.
don't even remember what you said.
Yeah, just
As soon as you said
with
Esposito,
TD.
I knew what you were trying to say. As soon
Yeah,
as you said Esposito.
God, he's like one of my favorite actors too. But
I can't
like,
roll my R's, but I can say that name.
yeah, nah. Giancarlo Esposito, right?
Giancarlo. Yeah,
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo.
Yeah, so he has been like not campaigning, but he's been killing it anyways. He's a phenomenal actor. You seen if you've seen Breaking Bad, you know I'm talking about Gus
Yeah,
Freeman.
that
Also,
guy. Yeah.
Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee, amazing. He's been in a lot of Spike Lee's movies. Um, and then he is starring in some other stuff in AMC, and he's just been killing it.
We
He's
have something coming out soon.
yeah.
I'll
The
get him.
Gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starring in
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah. I saw an
but
ad
yeah,
for
he's
that.
been basically saying like campaigning like, and people have been saying it for years, like they want to see him as Professor X, Charles Xavier. So I hopefully he gets it.
Oh, that'd be
I've been
lit.
hearing rumors about that. He's been mentioning that like he would love that. So yeah, I would love to
That
see
would
that.
be pretty lit. I'm
That
not gonna lie.
yeah, that'd be dope.
I think it would get people excited about
Yeah,
Marvel again.
yeah, that'd be a great casting. So
Because realistically, dude, right now the only things that get people excited about Marvel are Spider Man,
Deadman or Deadpool,
anything Spider Man, Deadpool,
Daredevil.
Daredevil, and
That's it.
then I mean, yeah,
That's pretty much all they got
yeah,
right
at
now,
least
right?
right now. I
Yeah.
mean, but you could like argue though, like any inkling of like any of like the OG cast members too, like any
Yeah.
announcements of that gets people all
Hope.
riled up. Hope that they're gonna come back for a film. Why the fuck would anybody want that? I don't know. And if dude, if Marvel is actually thinking about that,
Yeah.
so be it. Dig your own grave. I don't care.
Nah, that's just yeah. Don't do
No,
that.
I think if they do that though, they
Mhm.
if they do that, they are digging their own grave at that
I
point.
agree. I agree.
They are digging their own grave because it just shows how desperate they are to just try to get somebody to
Mhm.
watch their shit again, and it would give a real insight to like how bad it's doing. Because
Yep.
if they do have to resort to that, then you know it's bad.
Yep.
Because right now, I don't think there's a reason for them
No.
to. I still think their IP strong enough in terms of the right areas. Like, and they're having projects come out, upcoming projects that are coming out that
Yeah.
are all in most of their popular IPs. Daredevil, Spider Man's upcoming. More Avengers stuff is coming up.
Yep.
Like there's, and like you were saying earlier, Deadpool and Wolverine movies coming out this year. So like there's more stuff coming out that they, I guess, can rely on. But
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
No,
They got to figure something out.
yeah, it's on the come up. There's so much, like you said, there's so many IPs. There's so much. There's just like unlimited amount of surplus of content that they could work with.
There's
They
way
just
more that they could tap into. I
yeah.
feel like, but I think they're scared.
They just
But dude, I mean, like I was saying earlier too, I think that the at least right now, if even if they do try something, I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do think that they have tried some new things and they
Mhm.
clearly haven't panned out too well. But like, I think even if like you did give them a fresh slate, like just the attitude, like I was saying earlier, with the expectation of fans, like I just don't think people are gonna give them a chance. Like
I think
it's
so.
such a weird culture right now in terms
Yeah,
of like
it's toxic fandom, bro.
yeah, it's weirder than it's ever been, bro. I mean, maybe it's because I'm getting older and I'm seeing way more of it, or
Mhm.
I just see more things in general. But it's like Dude, I just feel
I think
like the level of hate each year just increases,
I think what's
increases,
going on too,
increases.
right? I think what's going on is we grew up with a lot of this Marvel movies dropping. Like Avengers, Iron Man came out when I was in high school, probably younger for you. So like a lot of people are growing. They grew up with
Came out in
this.
what, oh 08?
Yeah, so they grew up with a
I
lot.
was, let's see, I
Yeah, I was in high school. Like,
what is that?
wish you could zoom in on your face. You're like, what? The sound downstairs?
Oh, it's downstairs. I was like,
Yeah,
bro, where is that coming from?
yeah.
I thought
Like,
that was in here.
no, no, no. But yeah. So like,
Uh,
we grew up on this content. So I think what you're seeing, a lot of the hate and all this is a lot of people just like, what is going on? Like, why are you guys changing the formula? And it's just like, newsflash, like, yeah, this is for us, but this is also for another generation as well. So what Marvel's trying to figure out is how do we satisfy the people who've been seeing these movies that have been rocking with that grew up it, and how we also feed the newer generation who's going to be watching this content too. And that's just the reality. So they're just trying to, I feel like they're just trying to find that balance of the happy medium. But honestly, they should be. I mean they have enough where they can cater the content towards, just make quality content, but also they're gonna have to cater it towards a younger audience. And like the people who are getting older are getting in their like late 30s or mid 30s and 40s. Like you guys just have to just suck it up. Like
yeah,
it's
no, but dude, there's a
yeah.
line.
I agree.
I think
I
there's a
agree.
line.
I don't think it has to be kitty, but it's also, you guys need to understand that like
I don't know,
this
bro.
newer generation is different, and they're like what they want to see
But
too.
bro, I think that they've reached. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know joking and like all that kind of stuff's already in comics, so like I know
Yeah,
that that's not like anything new. But in terms of like lightheartedness and like as I
that's always been
guess,
Marvel's thing though.
no, I know it has been, but like how much lighter can they get? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be kitty. I think there still should be you should respect the intelligence of your audience. So I think, but also just going back to my point about seeing like female led
Yeah.
heroes and all that, I think that's where a lot of the vitriol is coming from. They're seeing like, what is this, like comics is supposed to be meant for men, like there's a lot of that energy. I'm like, bro, like relax. Like there are women who read comics
Uh,
and love this, and they're gonna make films who
women
are
have always
directed,
been in comics too.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
crazy.
always, yeah. And then they're gonna direct movies that are, like highlighting Captain Marvel. Like it's okay. It's just like, because like that's becoming more frequent. People are just like, no, no, and it's just like it's just like there's a lot of misogyny bullshit going on too. So no, I
Yeah.
don't want to get, that's all I'll say about that. But it's just like,
Dude, the Marvel
yeah,
situation though is way deeper than just
yeah,
people not liking the film. I think people just don't like
yeah,
people also just don't like some of the like the actors on like a
yeah,
personal level for some reason too, and it's like
yeah,
I don't get it, but whatever.
yeah,
Like Brie Larson, for I mean she's an easy target, but I know for a fact that like she's
Monica,
had issues with the fans.
yeah, she has.
She's had
But
issues
she's
with the
had
fans.
issues
So
with the fans since the jump. She just
I
got
know,
signed
right?
off.
So it's
So
like
that's just her, you know?
yeah, but I don't think it helped the
Oh, no,
situation.
no, no, no,
You
no.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying. I don't think it
yeah,
helped. It didn't help their case trying to get introduced, liked, whatever more. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, no.
Jeez, bro. Oh my God. Sorry, not to get
He's
distracted.
watching the Ravens.
Just
What
lost
is
so many
this?
people.
What we got on the TV right now? I
They're
can't
just
even.
talking about the draft and like like we let go of Patrick McQueen. Let me focus. Patrick Queen. Sorry.
You gonna get emotional right now talking about the Ravens?
Nah.
No,
Let's back to
I'm
it.
messing with you.
Back to it.
I
Uh.
mean, yeah. I mean, in terms of rumors, though, I don't really have much else. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It hasn't been, I guess, dude. Like I was saying, dude, there's hasn't been a whole lot going on. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Also, I haven't been, I guess,
No, it really hasn't.
sticking or paying super attention
Yeah.
lately either. But like, I don't know.
It's been pretty dry. I
I
mean,
feel like yeah, dude. Yeah, it has
besides
been.
X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men
Yeah.
97. Like when it
I
comes,
guess like that's like the one thing right now for Marvel that they kind of got going for them. But
yeah, it's been a big highlight too. I mean,
yeah,
X-Men the 97 has been killing it when it comes to the views, and I think it's like one of the best reviewed Marvel
it's
shows.
still
So
low. It's still
yeah,
low.
I think that's gonna lead to, you know this is a last rumor, but like there's talks of bringing back the Spider-Man animated show that came out in the 90s.
Oh, I did see
Since
that.
they
I
saw
did see that.
since they're seeing how good
I
X-Men
did see that.
97's doing, they're like, we're about to bring that. And I think
That would
also
actually be pretty dope.
the reason why X-Men 97 is doing so well is because one, they're adapting very dark storylines from the comics, and then they're not really like, this show was meant for like us,
They're gonna
our
have to update
generation.
they're gonna have. I think with the Spider-Man one though, they're gonna have to update the graphics a little
Yeah.
bit
Well, I think they're gonna probably do the same with what
with
they're
like
doing with
with that with
97. Yeah.
97.
Which I mean,
But
it's
I
like,
feel like they didn't do too much with 97 though.
no, I mean, the X-Men series that came out is older than that Spider-Man series.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
true. That's
So they
true.
kind of like gave it like a sheen and a polish, and I think they just need to follow that same suit with the Spider-Man, like, add a
Nah,
little
you
bit
might be
elements.
right. You might
Yeah.
be right actually.
Yeah.
Maybe I just didn't watch that Spider-Man one close enough.
Yeah, no, that show was freaking great.
But I remember looking at that or watching because I went back after I started watching the 97 one and I watched like the first couple episodes of the other like the actual night like 96 92 to 96 one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Still,
I was like,
honestly,
dude, I was like, the animation's like it's not far off. Like,
yeah, I agree.
it's
I
not
was,
far. Like, it's pretty similar. And like you were saying,
yeah,
I think they just kind of
polished it, get some
it
shit.
gave us a little gaming brightness update.
HDI,
Just yeah, just
HD,
make everything
HD,
HDR and it'll be
yeah,
better.
HDR.
Um, but no, yeah, I mean, dude, if that's the route they want to go, fine. As long as it's good shit.
Yeah,
Just make like you were saying earlier,
the
quality
writing.
stuff. They
Yeah,
need to stop making shitty stuff and start
yeah,
making quality stuff.
yeah.
You know,
And then well, I
no one
mean,
buys shitty meat; they buy quality meat.
very true, very
Yeah.
true. You want to hit on the solo leveling part too?
Oh, what? That we're idiots.
Yeah,
That we're stupid.
yeah,
Yeah. On the last podcast, we're sitting here complaining about how solo leveling had like a filler episode halfway in between, which was bullshit, but
that was
we don't
bullshit.
have to speak about that. That has nothing to do with our stupidity. And then also just how the other episode had ended and that we were like, really looking forward to how like it was going to continue, like what was
Yeah.
coming next week and everything. We were just like super pumped to like talk about it again on our next podcast, which is this podcast.
Yeah.
That has not now happening 3-4 weeks later, but it's cool. It's fine, but yeah, we didn't realize that solo leveling is actually the season's over.
Yeah.
So that was the finale, and we're sitting here like
Where's the
on a
next
cliffhanger
episode?
for the next episode.
Yeah.
So,
In our defense, though, bro, I mean,
yeah.
it ended
it
very
didn't.
abruptly.
I'll be honest with you, it didn't feel like a finale.
It didn't feel like finale. It was a very
Didn't
dope
feel like a
ending of an
finale.
episode, but it didn't feel like a finale.
Didn't feel like a finale. That's the one thing I'll say.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like a finale. For all you anime people that are gonna hate on me, it didn't feel like a
No,
finale.
it did. I mean, I was like, yo, what? Like, I watch a ton of anime, and usually, like, the season like ends better. But also, now I think about it, it's a very cool cliffhanger because we saw him like master that night at the end, and then he has like he's just on a completely different scale. But they
Comes
could
the
have they could have done
necromancer.
better.
Yeah.
They could have done better, saying like,
Oh shit.
what's up?
Hot take. I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
know.
trying to get you a clip. So
I mean, they could have done better. They could have done better.
I'm trying to get you on the clip so you can start talking shit and people start hating on you.
Nah, bro, I'm peace and love and positivity, bro. But I mean, I've said
So am
my,
I.
I've said,
So am I. I'm all
said-
about peace and love.
yeah, I said my piece about whatever we discussed earlier. So.
Positivity is. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm all about positivity.
Yeah.
I just don't entertain negativity. That's how I am.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't
you say your
entertain
piece,
negativity.
bro. You say your piece, but
I say my piece and let people go wild on the internet about it.
yeah, but
We haven't had one of those in a while though,
nah,
which is good.
Yeah,
I've been a good boy.
I always tell TD, just say your truth, bro. I mean, that's people are gonna react. Like that's the point, good or bad. They're always gonna react, and that's good for us. So, but yeah, solo leveling, and then tomorrow's a special day. We can just pivot to that. We're recording May 3rd, and tomorrow is May 4th. And for those who are Star Wars fans, you know what that means. May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day. And I'm always excited
Using it.
about. Yeah, I mean TD's
Using it.
it.
You guys feel it?
You're watching the video, you see TD pushing You know,
Not
yeah.
pushing. I'm using
Oh,
the
he's
force.
using the force.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, but
Pushing, using the force.
using the force. You gotta choke.
You gotta act. You gotta act.
You
Come on, bro. You're selling me out.
got.
No, yeah. Star Wars Day,
Yeah,
right? Is it
yeah,
Star Wars Day?
yeah. I mean, well, tomorrow. I mean, bro, they got two. They got one show premiering. It's Star Wars. I think it's like Tales of the Empire. I think that's what it's
Oh,
called.
there's a new show coming out.
Yeah, a new
Shit,
animated show.
I might check that out.
Which is gonna
Since I'm
be.
so bored right now in terms of TV.
Yes, Tales of the Empire, which is gonna be focusing on the
I need For All Mankind to make more seasons.
yeah,
It's a show on Apple TV if you guys are interested.
focusing on the Sith, which is I think they're releasing all the episodes
At once. Ooh,
all at
I like
once,
that.
yeah. And then another show that's dropping is the Star Wars it's like this Jedi show that's gonna be really good.
Ooh.
What's it called?
Animated as well.
No, live action, and it's gonna be the Acolyte. They actually dropped the trailer earlier. The trailer looks dope, man. It's taking place like
When's it
500
come out?
years. I think in June. So it's taking place like
We
500 years
we can
in
watch
the
the
past.
we should we can watch the trailer tomorrow. So we're gonna
Yeah,
um
I'm down for that.
yeah,
Definitely.
speaking because yeah, I could just go along with kind of what he's saying in
Yeah.
terms of being the Star Wars Day. Well, I guess should I wait to talk about this? Should I talk about this at the end of the Star Wars stuff?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
go
wait.
continue.
Yeah, no. So
Disregard me. I'm not here. All
no,
right.
so yeah, so as everyone knows, like especially if you have cable too, like they're gonna be playing Star Wars nonstop on like TNT or TBS, which is always cool. And then like the tradition is usually you should probably watch like a Star Wars movie or just watch the entire like saga, Skywalker saga, or watch something Star Wars related. You know, you're probably gonna see a lot of posts. Who those who aren't familiar with people like cosplaying as certain characters, it's just a good time, man. Star Wars is it's like my favorite like sci-fi fantasy IP. Star Wars is definitely the first, like my brother put me onto it and I saw the original trilogy like as a kid. And
My
then
dad got me into Star Wars.
yeah, and then I watched the prequels growing up as well, which it's nice that people appreciate that. And then the newest trilogy, which I mean it's all right, but Star Wars fans are like very very aggressive when it comes to the fandom. I'll leave it at that. So there's a lot of mixed feelings when it comes to the new trilogy. But I am curious to see like because like the older generation hated the prequels that we grew up on. If these kids that are growing up will appreciate the newest trilogy that just that finished up like and then like they're gonna be loving those characters because they are working on another film with Ray who played oh no, Daisy Ridley or Riley, who played Rey in the
Hmm.
newest trilogy. So she's gonna be a Jedi Master, and she's kind of creating her own temple, kind of like what Luke did, and she's gonna have like a group of
That'd be
young
cool.
Padawans.
I think
So
that'd be cool.
yeah,
I liked her. I've always liked her
yeah,
in the movies. I thought
she
she's been
she,
an okay character.
she got a lot of hate. She got a lot of hate.
Of course she did. I
Yeah.
mean, who?
She got a lot of
Whatever.
hate. Yeah, as we already
Whatever.
touched on, but a lot of the hate for the new
She was not the
trilogy.
worst actor in those movies. Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah. I think the lot of hate came from the
And I don't really hate any of those actors in those
yeah.
movies, but in my
Who do you think
personal
was the worst?
probably either I mean in my opinion in terms of just like those movies as a whole, I think if you look at the full project, Boyega and Driver were worse than her.
Wow,
Both. I think she was a way
wow,
better actor than both of them. I think
wow.
Driver was second. Like Driver was probably like the next
Yeah,
best, but like in terms of like better acting, I think she did better. I
wow.
think she did better than at least Boyega for sure.
I disagree with that completely. I think Driver and Boyega.
Were better
Uh,
than her.
Yeah, I think Daisy was good, but I also think she was limited to her writing. I think also Boyega was limited to his writing and the way they like made him like just screaming out on the
Yeah,
third
I'm not
film.
like
But but honestly,
that's the
I
thing.
think Driver was probably the best to me out of them.
I would probably go Daisy,
Yeah,
Driver, Boyega. But like, here's the thing: when you the thing you just said with writing,
yeah,
I think that my thought process in terms of
mhm,
that goes a lot into it, and I think for me, Boyega was like one of the most not forgetful, but just like
yeah,
I didn't really care for his character. It
yeah.
to me his it didn't
What about Oscar
it didn't
Isaacs?
like do too much. I liked him. I thought he
Poe?
was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was fine.
Well, and let me go
Yeah,
back.
Poe was good.
Yeah.
Poe was good.
Well, that's
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not remembering everybody in those movies either.
yeah,
But like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't. I thought I liked in terms of like for
yeah,
bringing a woman into that universe and like
hmm
making her a Jedi. Like, I
yeah,
think like probably who else? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Like,
So
I'm sure there's probably, like you said earlier, there's probably another actress that we could find that could do it. But like,
yeah,
I don't know, dude. I
I think
think
she
with
was
like
good too.
with what she got, with
Yeah,
what she was given, I
yeah,
think she did a pretty damn good job to at least solidify that she belongs.
yeah.
You know.
So my thing with like just the trilogy in general, why I think they're so um mixed when it comes to people who like and who don't, when it comes to have seen it. From what I've gathered, is just it's the tale of two directors. So J.J. Abram came on to direct the first one of the new trilogy, which was, it was good. Like, it was very nostalgic. It was very similar to the original episode 4, A New Hope. So it kind of garnered that. And I appreciated how he mapped out the characters. He brought back, Han Solo, Harrison Ford, Chewbacca, all that jazz. And then we got to see Kylo Ren, you know. And then he wrote out the entire script, excuse me, the script of, yeah, voice cracking script.
Voice crack.
Wrote the entire script for the entire trilogy, and then they brought on a different director, um, Ridley Scott, who was like, "I'm gonna do my own thing," and he wrote an entirely new screenplay, and he changed the trajectory of what J.J. Abrams had planned out, which is why you kind of like, what is John Boyega Finn's purpose here? Because Finn was supposed to be, from what I gather, and what J.J. Abrams basically set it up and like promoted in a sense, was he was supposed to be force sensitive. I mean, you see the poster where he has the lightsaber, and Daisy, of course, is, very force sensitive and all that, but he was also supposed to be force sensitive, and I think I just said Ridley Scott, and that's not the director, so forgive me for that. But it was a different director. Um, and he went against that. He did his own thing. He changed the trajectory of like how that the film was, or series is supposed to
So you're
go.
saying Boyega was basically supposed to be like more prominent,
Yeah,
essentially. Like he's
yeah,
supposed to be more important.
he put him in the back burner, which
All right, well then I mean I can retract my
yeah,
statement. I mean
and then
I can say sorry. I mean
and
in
then
terms of whatever, I guess then yeah, I mean I won't disagree to what I said in terms of like I
who's
still
the
think
director?
that like
Ryan Johnson.
from what I
Who's that? Ridley
saw,
Scott.
like it
Jesus.
would that's still probably the same order for me. But
Yeah,
yeah, if it's off based off the writing and that was the issue, and they
yeah,
completely just fucked his character,
yeah.
then that also doesn't hold validation in terms of like truly who's the better
Yeah.
actor of the three. But like
And
that's not what you were asking anyway. It was
yeah,
just like well, whatever. But yeah, that sucks. I
yeah.
mean
And
that's
then
bullshit.
another big thing that which is why it's so mixed mainly too, is the focal of what Ryan Johnson, the director, did with Luke Skywalker's character. He made him like very jaded and bitter, which I appreciate. I thought it was very realistic. But however, fans have brought this up and they make a good point, and for whatever reason, it took me a minute to actually understand this. Like, the epitome of like Luke Skywalker is like, he's like probably like one of the most famous like fictional characters that have ever been written. He's beloved, people love him,
Hmm.
and when we see him again, he's very jaded and all that. And we see the reason why he's jaded, because he hesitates and he almost takes out his nephew as Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren turns to the dark side. Kylo Ren was struggling with his issues as far as just being conflicted, and someone was calling him to, to be bad or whatever. So like, the way he wrote it with Luke hesitating for a moment to almost kill his nephew, and then he realized that it was too late. it was not very Luke like in a sense, which is why people were so upset.
Okay.
Like, cause if you see the original trilogy, like Luke is tempted by the dark side so many times, tempted by the Emperor to kill his father, who is Darth Vader, who is like Darth Vader is like one of the most evil characters, conflicted characters, but evil. Like he does a lot of damage to like the galaxy, and he's killed like billions of people and all that. And Luke in that situation could have killed his dad, and he throws his saber away and says, "No, I'm a Jedi, like my dad. Like I'm not gonna give in to the dark." And like he
Mhm.
shows like, and he did that at a young age, so you would think as him being more mature, and his
It wouldn't
it
change.
wouldn't change. If anything, he'd
Yeah.
be more wiser.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they were just saying that wasn't in character for Luke.
Yeah. If
And
anything, he'd give less of a fuck, basically.
well, he'd be more understanding in the sense of, like, I understand what my nephew is going through,
Exactly.
and it
Yeah.
not like be like, oh, I'm about to kill him, and like, or have that hesitation. So
Right.
they just felt like that wasn't on brand. So that divided a lot of fans
Yeah.
with the series. They just didn't like how Ryan Johnson came in, was just and just completely did his own thing. So you know, they didn't bring Ryan Johnson on for the last film when they brought back J.J. Abrams, and it just felt so like he was undoing everything that Ryan Johnson did in that previous film. Like the trilogy really is truly a disaster. Like, not yeah. I mean, I can say that now. It's because it's just like I can't even bring myself to watch that ninth film. It's
Yeah.
just it feels like I'm watching a Transformers film. Like there's like
That's funny.
there's
That's
no
funny.
like intelligence going on. It's just action and explosions. Like it's like Ray's Palpatine's daughter, like granddaughter. Like how the fuck did we get here? Like
Yeah.
I'm going on like on a tangent. Like, but those who know. Like I look back at that and I'm like, cause my buddy like Nick has been like, yo, how do you defend this like new trilogy? Like it's awful. And I'm like, Force Awakens isn't bad. Last Jedi isn't bad. And I agree. Last Jedi isn't bad, but what they did with Luke in that sense of like going against his character, I can see his issues with that. Now the rise of or like the I think it's like the Skywalker or the Return of Skywalker. I gotta look at the name. I like blocked that last film out, so I can't remember the name of it. But it's not great. So
Yeah.
Rise of the Skywalker or something like that. So yeah, I say all that to say, watch some Star Wars.
Yeah.
This
Watch some Star Wars this weekend.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess just to end it with just some more positive Star Wars news.
Yeah.
If you game at all, Star Wars just had a big update come out for Fortnite. So I've mentioned Fortnite here on the pod before. Um, I'm more of a Lego Fortnite guy. I'm in there building shit. But they did release some, from what I have seen, some Lego Fortnite stuffs. Like you can craft lightsabers and blasters now, and then there's like points of interest around the map to like go fight like enemies and stuff. Like so, I'm probably gonna be gaming on some of that tonight, checking that out, seeing how that is, because it looks cool. Building some of the new stuff that you can use within the game. But yeah, that's my one positive Star Wars note. In terms of that, it's a
Nah.
little gaming note as well. But
Yeah.
it kind of also leads me into the next thing that I wanted to just mention. If you're watching the podcast right now, we're also probably streaming right now. Or the stream is past at this point. Maybe if you're not watching it until later, but basically the plan is we're recording right now on May 3rd on Friday. We're gonna get the podcast out tomorrow morning, but we are gonna be streaming again tomorrow, Saturday, May 4th. Um, Early, like late morning to early afternoonish, I think is our plan. I don't, we got to figure it out, but either way, the plan is to continue playing Rise of the Ronin, which if you did tune into our first stream, we thought we played through like the first mission, and we realized that we ended up only playing the intro of the game,
Yeah.
which
Right.
literally felt like a movie
Yeah.
in
It did.
itself.
Right.
But which was cool. I mean,
Yeah. It
so
was
we're
cool.
gonna continue some more of that, some more Rise of the Ronin. Also, if you remember from the stream, if you tuned in, I suck at the game, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see if I can even do anything and not die. I just got to block and do stuff more. I don't know. I'm going to watch him, and he's going to help me get through the game. He's going to be my sensei. But we're going to play some of that, and then also kind of going along with all the Star Wars stuff. We will. We're going to excuse me, play the, I think it's, what is it, Fallen Order,
Yeah.
I believe it's called, the Star Wars, the first Jedi game that they came out with. I think there's two of them that come out with. They just that
Yeah.
one, and then what, Lone Survivor or Last
Yeah.
Survivor
Yeah.
just came out last year. But we're gonna play Rise of the Throne first, and then we'll probably end with you know, some of
Star
the, you know,
Wars.
some Star Wars. We're gonna play the beginning of that and check it out. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna have a little, you know, decent little stream tomorrow. I think our first one we only streamed for like 2 hours. This one's gonna be probably a little bit longer. We're gonna get, you know, get a little gaming in. So if you want to check us out, twitch.tv slash TDVD, and until further notice, because we probably are gonna at some point either develop either our own channel, whether it be on Twitch or maybe start streaming on YouTube from our own channel itself, just so we can get more content easier on the channel. But yeah, twitch.tv slash TDVD. We will be live tomorrow. Keep an eye out for posts on social media. I know literally none of you listening to this right now are gonna hear it in time to then also then keep an eye out for it. We're gonna get better at that as well, announcing our stuff and being a little bit more on top of that. We're just,
Yeah.
like we've said before,
Life's
life be
been
life,
lifing.
and life be life, and so we've been yeah, we're doing what we can. So we'll spontaneous stream tomorrow. So
Yeah.
keep an eye on the socials. We'll send
Ooh.
out some stuff, and
Yes.
tune in, please.
Socials. Speaking of socials,
Yeah.
follow us on Instagram, the Rising of the Dreamerverse, and Twitter is also that.
It is capital TROTD podcast.
Yeah. And then follow us on YouTube, the Rising of Dreamerverse. We have Rising of Dreamerverse page. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever your choice. And follow us on TikTok. We've been really blowing up on TikTok, which is dope.
Yeah, which is just Rising of the Dreamerverse on
Yeah,
TikTok, correct?
yeah. Rising of Dreamerverse on TikTok. But yeah, follow us.
Yeah.
Follow us, especially there too.
Yeah, you got
specifically TikTok. Like
you got
we're
any,
blowing up.
You
like,
got anything else you wanted to end on or anything? I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to hit on before I guess we wrap this up.
Nah, for Star Wars Day, may the Force be with you. That's it.
Yeah, wrap it up there. Wrap it up there. I'll see you guys later.